Hello and welcome to today's Suraya Numaskar class, where I'm going to go through with you step by step every move so you can learn it easily and use it in your own home self-practice. So we're going to begin at the front of the mat. I want you to roll your shoulders back and really just place your feet down firmly on the mat, stretching your toes, really feeling the ground underneath you. And I want you to inhale, rise up. And then when you take an exhale, I want you to fold forward, bending at the hips, putting your hands to the ground for forward fold. Now your stomach should be touching your thighs. The crown of your head should be facing towards the floor, and if you can, straighten your legs here. The next one, we're going to inhale and we're going to go into halfway hold. So your back has to be straight. You straighten your back and your arms, and you should really feel the stretch in your lower back. And then you're going to exhale, step back into plank pose. So when you're doing this pose, Chataranga, you need to make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders, put your knees to the ground and slowly lower down, keeping a straight back. And then inhale into upward facing dog. And roll your toes over. Push your hips back into downward facing dog. Now your feet should be hip distance apart. Your chest should be going towards your thighs, and you should be pressing down on your hands in that nice V shape. Don't worry too much whether your feet are touching the floor or not. You need to wait until your hamstrings are warm to do this. So it's fine to bend your legs however you feel comfortable. The great thing about yoga is that it's different for everyone. And then we're going to slowly walk towards the hands, going back in, inhaling into our half forward fold. And then we're going to exhale down, back into forward fold. And then we are going to inhale as we come up, arms high just like the beginning, raising up till they touch, and then exhale, arms to Namaste. And that was our first round. So we're going to go again, and this time I'm going to add a few more moves in there. So inhale, arms raising up, exhale, hinging at the hips, palms to the floor, keeping yourself grounded. Inhale, halfway forward fold, straighten the arms and the back. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back into Chaturanga, plank pose. Line up your shoulders and the wrists, and then come down, keeping a straight back. Inhale into upward dog or cobra, just peeling your chest off the ground, straightening the arms. And then you're going to flip the feet over, push the hips back into downward facing dog. Now you can straighten your arms if you need to. Your palms should be facing in front of you, middle fingers facing forward. And then take this time to start pedaling your legs, noting where you feel any tension in your lower back or your hamstrings, and just gently pedal through it. I'm going to take a few more breaths, and then we're going to lift your right leg up, slowly bring it towards the palms of your hands. And then as you inhale, rise up into Crescent Lunge, keeping that bend at the front knee, keeping your chest faced forward and your hips nice and square. exhale as you come down, palms to the floor again, sweep that front leg back, and then we're going to go back into Chaturanga plank pose and lower ourselves down straight into upward dog, and then flip the feet over and exhale as you push back into downward facing dog. From here we're going to repeat on the opposite side. So this time it's our left leg that's going to come back and then slowly come between our hands at the front, and then we're going to inhale as we push up into our Crescent Lunge. Exhale as you put your hands back to the floor, sweep that leg back, come back again into Chaturanga, lower it down with the straight back, inhale as you come into upward facing dog or cobra. Flip the feet over, exhale into downward facing dog. And you're going to take 5 breaths here, really lining up your body. Take a big step forward. Then we're going to reverse it back into halfway forward fold. Palms to the floor for intense forward fold, and we're going to rise up, and so we inhale and then exhale with the hands down the sides. So that was round 2. You're doing really well. So with round 3, I'm going to change it up again. So you're going to take a big sweep and sit down like you're going to a squat. This pose is called Utkatasana. It's chair pose. You're just going to hold this for a few moments. And then as you exhale, you're going to fold forward into forward fold, like the other rounds. And then you're going to inhale back into half forward fold. You can also do half forward fold with your hands on the floor if you want to, but the main thing is you need a flat back. So now we're going to step back into Chaturanga Dandasana, slowly lower it down, make sure your elbows are pointing to the back of the mat, and then inhale as you lift off. So this is upward facing dog. As you can see, my thighs are off the floor, and then we're going to push the hips back into downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg through, put it through, inhale as you go up into Crescent Lunge. And then we are going to exhale as we put our hands to the floor, sweeping that leg back and going back into Chaturanga Dandasana. And straight into upward facing dog. From here you're going to push back into downward facing dog. Repeat on the other side with the left leg. And come up. If you notice on this side, I've put my back foot down, so that's another progression that you can do, you can work towards. If you notice, each time we go through the round, I'm adding a new progression for you. It's very buildable for you, and then you can progress and get better each time you do it. So now we're going back down into Chaturanga Dandasana, inhaling into upward facing dog, and then we're going to go back into our resting position, which is downward facing dog. Now we're going to jump forward this time. So feet are to the front, hands. And then we're going to go into the half forward fold. And then we're going to sweep again back to that move of the first move, which is the chair pose. And then we're just going to hold here for a moment. And relax. Well done, you guys. So that was an introduction to Suraya Numaskar. And if you want to, I've got another video where we can just flow straight through it. So I will leave the link in the description. Happy practicing. Hope you have a great day. Head to the website if you want to see more coaching videos like this. Namaste.